Chuang Asia 2 is airing this Sunday, and many have wondered how the winners of Season 1, Gen1es, were doing, and why we haven't heard as much from them. So in this video we're going to talk about Gen1es and find out what they have been up to since their debut last year. For those who didn't watch Season 1, Gen1es is a 9-member girl group consisting of members from different countries such as China, Japan, Malaysia and Thailand. After they were formed in April 2024, they signed under Rise Entertainment, a rather unknown agency, which was co-founded by Jackson Wang, one of the jury members of Chuang Asia Season 1. The final episode was live-streamed on WeTV, and the 9 finalists who were about to debut were announced near the end of the episode. The group name was unveiled as Gen1es afterwards, and they performed the song Lucky Bell, which was released a few weeks later as their pre-debut single. Shortly after the Chuang show ended, they performed at the Songkran Festival in Bangkok, and many fans believed that they would follow a tight promotion schedule afterwards. But for the next 3 or 4 months between April and August, there weren't many live performances or new music as fans have hoped for. The only appearance they made were at the Tencent Music Awards and a fan meeting in Thailand. Although the Gen1es official channel on YouTube was still posting content every few weeks, it was mostly titled Gen1es Journey, which is a series documenting their behind-the-scenes life and contains mostly variety content. Now let's stop here for a second and think about it. So my guess here is that since they are all from different companies and also were living in different countries, they were busy with, contracts and moving to Thailand. For example, Aline was based in Malaysia and Emma was living in the US. So they all had to come to the house in Thailand, and also they were training for their debut, I guess. So that was mainly the reason why there wasn't as much new music in that period. Finally, in August, they announced their debut single, which is titled Hourglass, and their EP coming out in early December. So obviously during that time they promoted a lot around Hourglass. I think they made a Japan trip, as well as the typical fan chants and dance practices and focus camps. I think Hourglass is quite good and catchy for a debut single. Even though I liked Sick of You even more, I think there should have been a MV for that at least, if not a single release. So after they released their mini album, the management basically made the decision to shift their focus to the Chinese market. So in early December, the group moved to China, which obviously was a big step for the 4 non-speaking members, Pai Liu, Aline, Ruan, and who am I missing? Yin, of course. So you can see in a lot of vlogs that they were trying to speak Chinese and also took Chinese classes, but it still takes some time to get fluent, right? And for example, only the 5 Chinese-speaking members attended the Truth 2 variety show, which was streamed on Tencent TV, and the other 4 didn't. And basically all the videos were also now mainly in Chinese instead of in English before, or at least fully subbed in Chinese. So I think there's basically more, they realized there's more money to make in the Chinese market. Overall, I would say it was somewhat difficult to follow the group's activities in those 2 months as an international fan, because the majority of what was happening was on Chinese social media, such as Weibo or Xiaohongshu, and the shows or variety shows or content they made was mainly on Tencent TV. But I have to give them credit where credit is due. You can see that they tried to post as much as they can on YouTube and Instagram, and at least try to update what life was like for the group in China. Now, Gen1es ended the year with an appearance at the Tencent Video All-Star Night, which is the biggest TV show or music show in China. And it was basically their biggest exposure yet to the larger mainstream audience. By the way, also Rocket Girls 101 gave a reunion concert there, so if you missed them, you should definitely check it out. And also they won the award for Overseas Group with Greatest Potential. Not sure what that means, but we'll take it. At the time of the recording of this video, they just finished the promotional shoot for Chuang Asia 2, where they basically reacted to some of the casting submissions of the new contestants, and hopefully they will appear in Chuang Asia 2 at some point as mentors or guests or something. So yeah, this wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed this, and starting from episode 1 this Sunday, I will be making reviews for each episode of Chuang Asia 2, as I did last year as well. So definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and see you in the next one.